I was headed home from work on November 27th, day before Thanksgiving. Just driving home, no big deal. And then I noticed these taillights off to the left-hand side. And I thought, this guy looks stuck. So I waited till traffic cleared and then I made a turn. At first, I was just going to pull up to him. I thought, he just needs to be pulled out. So I went ahead and turned the car around. And I was sitting there, talked with him. He said, yeah, it'd be great if you come and get out. So I said, sure. I got my stuff out, started to get things set up. And then this other guy pulls up and he was very enthusiastic about wanting to help. So I said, you know what? Since I have some safety lights on top of the car, so I had like these bright yellow and white lights that flash like a tow truck or something. You'd never miss it. So I said, okay, sure, you go ahead and pull him out. I'll pull out behind him so that we're, kind of blocking traffic off before you get to the area. So we had to wait for traffic to clear for a little bit. I cut all that stuff out of here, obviously, to speed this whole thing up. But he got in position to pull him. And since he was backwards, what we were going to do is just basically do a 180 with him. The other guy was doubtful that this was going to work. I was pretty confident it would, so I said, let's give it a shot. He said, okay, less work this way. So we got things ready to go. Once traffic cleared, he went ahead and gave it just a real gentle pull with the kinetic rope and pulled him right around. We told the guy in the car, throw it in neutral, take your foot off the brake, don't help, but steer. And that's exactly what he did. It worked really well. Went over, unhooked the rope, had to crawl underneath his car a little bit in order to disconnect the soft shackle that was underneath there. And in the meantime, those two guys, the guy that pulled him out, the guy in the car, they were talking a little bit. The guy that pulled him said, I think you actually have a real low tire here, so if you want to pull off the side here, I'll get that pumped up for you. He said, great. And then the guy that pulled him out came over and said, thanks for letting me pull him out. That was fun. It worked better than I thought it would. No problem. We shook hands. They went off their way. I brought my ropes and stuff back over to the car. It was smooth. It was a good recovery. There wasn't really any sound that was coming through on the car per se because it's just a dash cam. And apparently there was a lot of snow, or just real fine snow that had built up on the windshield that I didn't really notice. But put my ropes away and shifted over here to the left-hand turn lane. Spun a U-ey. Well, spun a U-ey, right? I spun a slow U-ey because it's very slippery, and headed on down to do my last minute Thanksgiving errands before I headed back home for the night. So I guess that was my holiday good deed for a guy that he just pulled onto the road at that drive right next to there. And rear-wheel drive, slick roads, not a good combo when it comes to pulling onto the road. So he learned his lesson. All is well.